Hi, I'm Greg. I'm the lead singer for Lipstick Generation.
And I'm Steve. I'm the bassist for Lipstick Generation.
And welcome to the Lipstick Panel. Today on the Lipstick Panel, we are doing a lazy episode because guests canceled on us last minute and we're out of our backlog of episodes.
Yeah. Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, well, we're sort of out of the backlog. We have a special project coming up, but we don't have enough of it done where I feel safe starting to release them. Because, oh no, it might not be ready. So, yeah, we're pretty much out. I mean, we could always steal that Final Fantasy Legend 2 review. Or Final Fantasy Legend review we did for Ultima Final Fantasy. And we did Final Fantasy Legend 2, but that's not out yet. So yeah, tangents. Hey, we have a special guest. Hey, who's that over there?
Hi, my name is Ian. I'm not in their band.
You want to be?
Yeah, sure,
We could use some more guitarists.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, honestly, we could use more. I'm cool with whatever you want to do. You want to do vocals? That's cool. There's songs I don't sing for the band. Want to do bass? 2 bassists? Why not? Man,
We can finally do our cover of Big Bottom.
I
Right.
have a mission. What you just said just suddenly made me flash back to a guilt memory I had in middle school, where we were saying, all my friends were like, we're going to make a band, and I was going to do drums because I did percussion, and then Joe was like, oh, I'll be the band, I'll do drums. I said, we can't because I'm already doing drums. And then he really
Allman Brothers, bro.
I know. He said Queen. He's like, they have 2 drummers.
I mean, that's wrong.
That's what he said.
He's wrong.
He's wrong. I still feel guilty about it,
So
though.
I am actually Facebook friends with the drummer from Queen, the great Roger Taylor. I'm pretty certain if I asked him, hey, are there 2 drummers in Queen? He'd be like, what?
He's like, no, I just sound like that.
Yeah, that's just how good he is.
Well, it didn't convince me at the time,
No.
even though it was a false.
Yeah,
I still feel bad about it. I
That,
should have said yes, because
that is a bold-faced lie.
Right, bands with 2 drummers tend to be really cool.
it sounds cool.
Yeah.
The thing is, it was never going to be a real thing. It was just one of those hypotheticals, and nothing ever happened.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what was the shame in me? I should have just been like, yes.
Sure, sounds like a plan. Yeah, like my first 2 bands in high school didn't actually exist.
Mm-hmm.
My third band in high school played 1 song ever, and then mostly hung out at our vocalist's house while he sat there awkwardly. So the band, like right before our guitarist's senior year ended, so it was me on bass, this guy on guitar, and this guy on vocals. Like, we had written a couple of songs, me and the vocalist, and then we learned one all as a band, and we had the drum teacher from school fill in as drummer, and we played one of the songs at a talent show. And then the guitarist went off to college, and then he came back the next year, like during summer break or something like that, and we like tried to practice, and mostly it was just like, apparently he had spent the entire year sitting on his porch and just like soloing on the guitar until he got really, really good at soloing, and he'd just like sit there and drink beer and solo, and people would come by and be like, hey, what are you doing? Like, sit down, have a beer with me while I solo. And that's what he wanted to do. And our vocalist, who didn't like write melodies or play an instrument.
What a useless vocalist.
He wrote really good teen angst lyrics that I could set badass melodies to. But
all right.
but yeah, like, so
I'm sorry. It's just, for me, like, that is blowing my mind, and I'm sorry to shit on your former bandmates, but it's like, to me, that is like, musicians, there's a joke like, what do you call someone who hangs out with a bunch of musicians? A vocalist.
right.
And like, that is fulfilling that so much for me. Where like, at least like, I'm a vocalist who plays guitar, plays piano, writes songs, writes melodies. Like, that's just, I'm cringing. I'm cringing so much.
Chuck, if you need to like crash on my couch when you come down to Nashville to fight Greg over this, you can. It'll be fine.
How good is Chuck at fighting?
Probably not.
Yeah, because you know how good I am at fighting.
He's like, again, he was very good at writing like teen angsty lyrics about like how brokenhearted. I mean, he wanted to be Ben Folds.
Got it.
That's our bar
You know
here.
what?
Is like,
I don't want to
Greg?
pick a fight with your former vocalist. I'm sure
But
actually
how good are you at fighting? Because
Pretty
I don't
good.
know. Yeah?
pretty good.
remember that bit where he got stabbed?
What happened to the other
we
guy?
mentioned that.
Yeah, I'm still here.
I mean,
There you
the
go.
guy who stabbed you was fine too, wasn't he?
I mean,
Did you actually fight him, or did he just like
I
stab
don't
you
know
and walk
why,
away?
but the image that popped in my head was someone just walked up to you and stabbed you, and that was the end of the incident.
no,
which is
no.
clearly not
The
any
the
reality.
person who that's a tangent. The person who stabbed me got punched. I don't know how they're doing. I assume based upon that person's mental state, they're probably dead. Probably through suicide. It's actually probably very sad now that I think about it. So anyway, welcome to the Lifted panel. Today, because we don't have a particular format, we're doing a news roundup because there's actually a ton going on in the world of Lipstick Generation. Like, hey, we changed our band name. We're not called Lipstick anymore.
Yep.
And you may have noticed that we did that several weeks ago.
Right, yeah, like a month and a half ago.
But we had a bunch of episodes recorded in advance, so we still called ourselves Lipstick. But we are now called Lipstick Generation. And you might ask, why are you called Lipstick Generation? Why not be called Lipstick? Well, the website was called Lipstick Generation. The YouTube channel was called Lipstick Generation. People thought we were called Lipstick Generation and kept getting the band name wrong. And also, turns out it's really hard to just Google Lipstick and find us as a band, even though I legally own the rights to the name. Like, I could pursue legal action against any band that calls themselves Lipstick, but I'm not a dick. And I'm like, you know what? You're just a local band trying to make some money.
Also, let's be honest, you can't pursue legal action against makeup tutorials.
You
And
can't.
That's what you find if you search for lipstick on most search engines.
Yeah. So we realized
We don't do makeup tutorials.
As much-
We should write songs about that. Nick.
Maybe.
I wonder if there's an avenue there. If you start doing makeup tutorials,
I'm all
you
down.
can get the traffic, additional traffic.
Eric-
to the
Lipstick
band.
Generation featuring Jenna Marbles.
Hey, Eric Stewart said I should get a lipstick sponsorship, and that I could totally do it. But hey guys, we're not really a glam band anymore, I guess either. And by not really a glam band, I mean we're changing our image. Where, you know how like friends of mine on Facebook will see me wearing a leather jacket and sunglasses, and then I'll wear my rainbow lollipop suit for shows. I just am not going to wear the rainbow lollipop suit. I'm going to wear, like, the Jim Steinman ripoff look that I do. Where I'm like, I've got a leather jacket and sunglasses. I'm going to monologue all the time. Except I won't monologue all the time, except right now.
Right. I mean, we'll save the monologue in for the podcast.
Yeah, that's what we'll just mention Boomerang. I'm good to go for 30 minutes.
All right. I guess I'm gonna like go take a nap while he does this.
But yeah, so that's the big news. We changed our band name, changed the logo. It's going to be very good for us. Black is, looks cool. Steve's looking forward to the new look.
Yeah.
How you feeling about this name change, buddy?
It's fine. It works. It's
I mean, you're the one who's pushed me to do this for years, so I just
Right.
finally said yes. And as we know, all things in lipstick are best when I acquiesce to your ideas.
right. Exactly.
Like, never gone bad for us once.
Mm-hmm.
So, what else do we have going on in the world of lipstick, Steve?
Well, if you haven't been following it, we've been doing our Game of Thrones project, which we refrained from telling Ian what that was because we said we were going to explain it on mic. So he's just sitting over there, like leaning
Oh my
forward in
god!
anticipation.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, so why don't you tell him about the Game of Thrones project, Steve? So it's your turn to monologue.
Right. So is this episode going to come out before the last episode of Game of Thrones?
You know what? Probably. Okay, so here's... Yes, this is going to be the episode that's going to come out. Might be the same day. So, alright, so... you explain the project, and then I'll explain the additional information we came across.
So everybody's like watching Game of Thrones, right? You know that. I have not. Greg has, but we decided to do an experiment in speed songwriting, and we have for the first 5 episodes of the final season of the show, we have released a brand new original song about the episode that we just watched right after watching the episode. So
Yeah, usually like less than a 5-hour turnaround time.
always less than a 5-hour turnaround. The previous one, the episode 5, Drogon Coming, was the one that took the longest. That one we got out at 1:30 in the morning local time after, finishing watching the episode at like 9:30. So that was like 4-hour turnaround, and that was our slowest one. The other ones were, like 3 hours.
Yeah, so we're basically, writing and recording these immediately after.
I can't wait for the show to end so I can sleep.
Yeah, I
have a day job.
Yeah, we both have day jobs. Turns out that
Please
spoiler
buy our
alert,
CDs so that we don't have to have day jobs
yeah,
anymore.
so our small indie band with like 4,000 likes on Facebook. Turns out that is not enough to sustain our income solely based upon CD sales in 2019.
Weird.
Yeah, so I hate to break the rock star illusion, but Lipstick Generation and this podcast is our sole day job.
All your favorite musicians are broke.
Yes, like so many musicians. Like, think about your favorite bands. Broke. All have side jobs. Gene Simmons, he's driving for Uber.
All right. I used to work, or rather, I still work at the T-shirt packing company, and one of the founders of it was the dude from Living Sacrifice, seminal hardcore band. Sells T-shirts,
Hey,
or
man.
at least he did for a while. I don't know what he's doing now.
But yeah, so we've got our Game of Thrones project, and someone leaked us spoilers for the season. So we might know how this next episode is going to end.
Oh.
So,
Ooh.
yeah.
Are we spoiling the last episode of Game of Thrones on Mike?
I'm not going to spoil it on Mike. Here's...
Although we know how you feel about spoilers.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know how I feel about spoilers, I think spoilers are dumb. And I don't think it's dumb in the sense like, people who reveal spoilers are bad. I'm saying you who care about spoilers, time to alienate our nerd fan base. I think it's incredibly silly to get worked up over spoilers. They are works of fiction. They're things that didn't actually happen, and it doesn't actually matter. And especially, like, I would say there's a little bit more acceptance of getting upset with Game of Thrones spoilers because it's a new story. It hasn't been out for a long time, and there's genuine twists. Spoilers, there's a twist at the end. Are you surprised? No, it's Game of Thrones. You expect that. Okay, moving on. But, like, the people who got upset with spoilers over Infinity War, I'm still raging at.
You are still raging at them. You were raging at them earlier today.
Yeah, yes, I'm going to rage on Mike. So, spoilers for Infinity War. You know how Thanos snapped everyone out of existence and killed half of the Marvel Universe? Okay, well, back in the 90s, like 30 years ago, Thanos killed every Marvel character, and that was like the thing he was most famous for. That was his gimmick. Like, he's the guy who killed everybody in the Marvel Universe. And so when Infinity War came out, I said, hey, Thanos did that one thing that he's famous for. You know his gimmick? That's what happened in the movie. And then everyone got upset with me. And here's why that's dumb. Because it's a 30-year-old story, and if you read the story, you should have expected it, and you don't have any right to be surprised. And second, if you didn't know it, then you don't know what I'm talking about, and don't look it up. You're not spoiled. It is dumb. It is bullshit. The same people who are saying, make sure you don't spoil Final Fantasy VII for anyone because the remake is coming out. No spoilers. It's a 20-year-old story. No, more than 20. It's like 23 years old or something. Old enough to drink. You can spoil the damn plot. Absolute bullshit. Spoilers are dumb. And then the people who get upset about being spoiled with historical fiction, it's history. It happened. Read a book.
So I'm dumb. I'm one of the people who really cares about spoilers a lot.
Look,
That's just me. I don't even want to know if it is happy or sad in the end.
of what, Game of Thrones?
Anything. I don't care. I don't watch Game of Thrones either.
Look, I like you, but I just
like you too.
I can't rationalize like getting like upset or angry or something. Like, I'm gonna unfriend that person. It's like, it's so dumb. It didn't actually happen. It's not real. The only thing where spoilers matter are comedies, because then you ruin the joke and like there's a rhythm to it, but otherwise it doesn't matter.
Just got to say, as a heads up, Ian, the Lion King remake gonna have a happy ending.
Oh,
Ruining it for you.
All right, spoilers for The Lion King. Mufasa dies. That's right.
Spoilers for the Lion King. It's still Hamlet,
Yeah. All right.
just with incest cats.
So yeah, we're not going to spoil the ending of Game of Thrones
More than we already did.
Yeah, when Jon kills Daenerys, we're not going to spoil that for you.
Listen to the songs.
Yeah, listen to the songs. But also, like, I mean, I don't think that's really a spoiler. Like, if you recognize how storytelling works, you know that's what's going to happen. So,
Maybe somebody else will kill her.
yeah.
Maybe Drogon will kill her.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe Drogon will choke to death while eating Daenerys, and that's how that'll be dealt with too.
You know, I'm also upset with the internet for saying that Arya, the character who spent like 2 seasons training as a secret assassin, is a Mary Sue. I'm like, you know that 2-season training arc? it had payoff. Internet's dumb.
You know, like her entire
Her
character arc
Right.
where she was like wanting to be the best at murdering because she had a list of people that she wanted to murder, and then she murdered a guy really good.
Or like the fact that people are like, I'm so shocked that Daenerys burned the city down when there were all these episodes with her talking about how she wanted to burn the city down. How could this have happened? I thought that character who went around just like conquering cities and murdering tons of people was a good guy.
I
No
thought
way.
that maybe that epic battle scene that we were promised, by everybody might not end with the city being destroyed.
I don't
To
understand.
be fair, I was a little bit surprised that just like the dragon had all of the plot armor and plot nukes and blew up everything all by itself.
I mean, yeah, that was pretty lulls-worthy. But like, you shouldn't be surprised by it. You just shouldn't. All right, so back to lipstick news. Back to so look forward to that Game of Thrones song.
We got one more of them coming out.
We got
It'll
one
be
more of
out,
them coming out.
at some point late Sunday night or early Saturday
I mean,
morning.
honestly, depending on how you listen to our stuff, you might have heard the song before the podcast. So, but all right, whatever. So, other news. Hey, we're playing Rockin' Pod. Speaking of rock and podcasting, we're playing that. So that's going to be a fun show early August. Make sure you come out for that. Going to be a lot of great musicians there. You can meet Michael Sweet of Striper, who our good friend Billy Morris, he just opened up for Striper. At the time of this recording, like a week ago, opened up for Striper. So good on Billy Morris. I don't know if he got his Bible signed. Hopefully he did. But yeah,
I only accept one autograph on my Bible, and that's the president's. Obama's.
But yeah, I mean, we both went to Rockin' Pod last year, and it was a lot of fun. Got to meet a lot of cool people.
It's true.
Hang out with a bunch of our podcasting friends, and I think this is going to be just a really exciting gig for us. I think it's going to be our first gig as Lipstick Generation. So
Probably.
it'll be nice to announce ourselves to the world with this show, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing all of our podcasting friends there in person, and trolling everyone in person is going to be fantastic. Oh, and also, we've got a new single coming out that isn't Game of Thrones related. We are gearing up to shoot a music video. I'm not going to tell you what the song is. It's a surprise, but it sounds good. Spoilers. Hey,
Surprise spoilers.
You do care about spoilers.
We will hint that it is by the Cars.
Sort of. So here's the thing: is
I will lie that it is by a car.
all right.
Well, that part was truthful.
Yeah. All right. So the thing is, I don't care about spoilers, but I know other people do, and I know how marketing works. So I would like to just tell everyone, hey, this is the single we're dropping, and here's why we're doing it. But I can't because of deadlines and time frames, and if you announce something too early, it's not going to sell. So all I can say is we've got a music video in the works, and it's going to be awesome, and just trust us on that. It will be cool.
Chinese Democracy sold pretty well.
Yeah, but that was
It announced 14 years early.
But I think that's the thing is, it worked because it took so long to come out, and there was the fascination and mystique behind it.
So you're saying we need to spend 14 years working on this song?
I really would not like to do that. The fact that we're basically done with the song, that's a strike against it.
We can spend more time working on it.
There's something poetic about you writing a song in the longest 4 hours for the Game of Thrones, and then if you then spend several years on another song
That we didn't even write.
Right.
that you didn't even write.
Yeah, yes, it
There's something
is.
poetic
It
there.
is a cover, but I think it's going to be a cover that will genuinely interest people. But yeah, the Game of Thrones project was great because it was allowing us to just bang out some songs without necessarily like stressing too much about them. Just like that sort of like the way that the Beatles would record, like have 12-hour days, and just like if John Lennon had a cold, like fuck you, you're still going to record the song. We're on a deadline. The album needs to come out next week. And like doing this kind of quick-paced recording, I think was just a really good challenge for us, and I think made us better overall. So I think, but with taking a little bit of extra time to tweak this single, I think it'll really satisfy people. It's going to be a great announcement of the new Lipstick sound, the new look. I think it's going to really satisfy the fans who might have been disappointed with the second album and loved the first one. It's definitely a heavier, more 80s sound that I think you're going to dig. So
basically, the Game of Thrones project was my last chance to write songs with lipstick and make us really weird and goofy and nerdy, and then Greg's going to be back in charge. And
yeah, it was the last stand of nerddom for the band. We're going to be back to being a kick-ass traditional rock band. But you know what? Drogon Coming is a sick metal song. So I'm super proud of all the songs, but I think that one in particular, I'd recommend checking out for the hard rock fans.
Y'all are referring yourselves still as lipstick sometimes. Do you think you're going to shorthand it?
Right, we're Lipstick Generation, lipstick for short.
Lipstick
for short.
Lipstick for forgetfulness.
So your loyal fans can still call you the same name.
Yes.
Just knowing that they're
But
doing
the fans
cool...
who called us the incorrect name before, congratulations, you're right now.
You're retroactively right.
Yeah.
Wow, everyone wins.
Everyone wins.
You do know marketing.
We're just trying to make everyone happy. For the fans who were upset that we got too goofy on the last album, don't worry. It is being restrained to the podcast. We're reining in the goofiness. We're going to get back to those really serious songs about rock. But also, I do seriously, believe those lyrics.
I mean, Lipstick 3 is probably still going to have at least 2 songs with the word rock in the title.
Probably. Also, yeah, Billy Morris told me that he wants to be on Lipstick 3, so expect Billy Morris on Lipstick 3. The legacy continues.
The triumphant return of Billy Morris.
I mean, look, let's be honest. There are really 4 members of Lipstick who actually matter. There's you, myself, there's Billy, and I'm going to say Morgan Bosman. If I'm thinking of the mains, where and it's not to say there aren't other great musicians in the history of Lipstick Generation, Devo, Matt Devonshire is a phenomenal bass player, Tim Blackman, great musician, but in terms of the ones who are the closest to the family, who I can call up the easiest and be like, yeah, will you appear in this? Yeah, absolutely, and just no questions asked. You, because you're the other permanent dude,
right?
Morgan, because she is a friend who bothers to text me even when I haven't seen her in a while. And the fact that she is collaborating so much and always doing music. And I feel like she has a lot of the same spirit as us, just a really positive, optimistic spirit. So if you like what Lipstick does but enjoy R&B, definitely listen to more of Morgan's music. And Billy, we were listening to his solo CD in the car. It just sounds like Lipstick where I'm not there. But it's really good. So
here's the trick with your list of 4 is somewhere Mr. Cool is shedding a single felty tear for being left off the list.
Mr. Cool is the most popular member of Lipstick, and I forgot to mention Mr. Cool. So really, 5-piece band, Mr. Cool on drums, twin guitar attack of Morgan and Billy Morris. Bass Stephen Smith and myself on vocals. But yeah, those are the major news stories. Billy's album, still out, still great, holding all the aces. Go buy it, listen to it. It's like Lipstick, but without me, and without Steve, so way less nerdy. It's really awesome. Morgan's music, always putting out new singles. I don't know, she has a new one every week. Just look up Morgan Bosman, you'll find some great stuff. We've got our Game of Thrones songs, which...
Ian's got whatever music he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
Ian,
plug your music quick.
Yeah, plug your music.
Oh, my music?
Yeah.
This is so funny. I think I might call myself Hope Springs a Turtle.
Did you say a turtle? Hope Springs a turtle?
A turtle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is your music not out yet?
No.
Oh, okay. So you're announcing it here.
I guess so, yeah.
Oh, you're a bit too close to your mic.
I'm a bit too close. I got excited.
I guess we can edit that.
The mic.
Oh, I'm not editing this episode. This is this is my lazy week. Oh yeah, other news. I'm composing a film score. So I'm going to be stupidly busy cuz I'm composing a film score. Going to eat up all my time that's not Lipstick related.
Anyway, Hope Springs a turtle.
Yeah, Hope Springs a turtle. Yeah, it is so funny because I literally for the first time yesterday played my music for a random person in a park.
Nice.
And he was like, "What are you?" And I had to choose between that name. I'm choosing between 2 names. That name and Dragon Slayer Ornstein.
Ooh.
I know.
So the one bit of professional advice I always give new musicians starting off is Which domains have you registered?
Oh, 0.
So you need to hop online and register hopespringsatturtle.com before this episode comes out on Saturday.
Yeah, no,
All
that's
right.
that's
Okay, someone will snoop it up and then
Yeah,
try to sell it back to me.
cyber
Yeah.
squatters, dude.
Well,
I mean, why do you think I got lipstickgeneration.com?
do you really think your fans are the kind of people who would do that?
So the trick is there's automated bots that just like scan for things and buy domains. Like if you look up a domain to see if it's available and then don't immediately buy it,
They'll buy it.
somebody else will buy it.
Hey, we have people who hate listen to our podcast. Like, I have to delete all these comments about just like, oh, Glam is gay. And I'm just like, hey, those are...
What?
I have to delete hateful comments.
I mean, they're not wrong, but
They're
I'm not
not-
sure
they're
why
not-
it's a hateful comment.
Well,
why they feel the need to like be jerks about it.
Right, like, and look, don't get me wrong, like,
Like
I
a
am-
lot of glam icons are super into dudes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I am totally okay with David Bowie blowing a dude, but I'm not okay with you being mean to David Bowie about it.
Are you like trying to say that like Freddie Mercury like wasn't the best?
Right.
What are you guys getting at with this?
Yeah, so, but, you know, basically, I do have to, you know, monitor for hate speech. But that's just because
Wow.
the internet's a toxic place.
That is insane to me. They listen and wow, that's insane. I think you should have one of them on.
I mean, we could. We actually had someone whose podcast. You know what? I'm gonna say I had to turn down a guest because I listened to their podcast and didn't appreciate the language used. And we swear on the show.
We do.
So if I'm gonna turn you down for the language used, it's problematic. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say no spoilers. Probably everyone knows what's happening.
Look, if you drop the N-word on your podcast and you're white, I'm not going to have you on my show. I'm sorry. As I mentioned, the 5 important members of Lipstick, one of them is a black woman. And so if you use the N-word, I'm not going to associate with you. I'm sorry.
If you use the N-word on your podcast and you're
Hashtag
black,
sorry, not sorry. If you use the N-word on your podcast, hey, that's what you do. And I, as a white person, have no say in that.
right, you'll probably make us uncomfortable if you come on our podcast and do that, but whatever. It's, you know, you live your best life.
Yeah, like, look, so let's move away from this topic. Even though
you could always edit, Greg.
Deeper into this.
I'm not editing,
You
but
don't edit this out.
I think that we established pretty clearly, not a racist, not inviting racists on our show.
It's the new Lipstick generation is explicitly not a racist fan.
We were explicitly not racist prior. You know, the first show you played with Lipstick, or rather, Regdar opened for Lipstick.
No, Lipstick opened for Regdar.
Lipstick opened for Regdar, and it was Racism Day, and Lipstick called out racism as bad on stage. So since you have known of Lipstick, we have been anti-racist.
That's true. Yeah, Tennessee celebrates Confederate Memorial Day. I have it marked in my calendar as Racism Day.
Yeah, and that show, Lipstick dropped the F-bomb on stage and was like, I don't remember what I said, but something about racist being fucking terrible. So there you go, Lipstick, not racist.
There you go. There you go.
Lipstick, not racist, and we'll defend that claim to our dying breath.
I mean, look, if you're...
I mean, we're probably a little bit racist just because we're ignorant white guys, but, you know, we try.
Yeah,
The best you can do is actively try.
look, we can do our best to understand and be allies and acknowledge when we don't understand and just need to follow the lead of our allies.
So, remember a couple minutes ago, we were like, let's move on. We're not, I guess.
No, it's true. We have a lot of trouble moving on. It's sort of fundamentally who we are. We obsess about things and pick at them.
Yeah, so those are the major news items. The name change, playing Rockin' Pod, the Game of Thrones thing, the music video, new work from Billy Morrison Morgan, and me doing the film score. Those were the main things.
I think the Game of Thrones idea is really cool. They waited to tell me on air, and you didn't get to hear my reaction, but I think I like the idea. I'm going to ask to hear the songs after this.
All right, well, yeah, we'll definitely play them for you. Shoot, we might put them at the end of the episode, depending on how lazy I feel.
Edit some music in, Greg.
But
I should probably give you copies of those songs then, shouldn't I?
yeah, that would make it a lot easier for me to put them.
Fair enough.
Also, Steve, he does a lot. His band Regdar and the Fighters puts out a new song basically every month.
Every single month so far since we started the project, there has been at least one song, if not like 5.
Yeah, so like you're doing a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
So what's the next Regdar song?
Well, the Regdar song that if you sign up for the Patreon before the end of May that you will get is called Factoids About Web Fonts, which is a bunch of lies about web fonts because that's what the word factoid actually means. It's also going to be released on the Funny Music Project, fump.com, in June.
It's really great. It's one of his best songs. It's fantastic.
Next month's song, I decided to follow that up with one of the less jokey songs, and it is a 4-minute song about H.P. Lovecraft and dreams, I guess. I don't know, it references H.P. Lovecraft, but it's mostly about dreams and...
Still canon.
Right, it's true. All Regdar songs are canon. Some of this got really complicated and was like, all right, every song is canon. Where does Dune fit in? Also, where do the Chronicles of Thomas Covenant fit into this world? Also, where does Harry Potter and I Must Scream fit into this world? Oh, this got complicated when I made that decision.
So I'm going to say the one bummer I have about how stupidly busy we're about to be with like the video and me doing the film score is that I know in my heart I'm going to be putting his Dark Materials on hold for like 2 months. And that is a bummer because I'm digging the hell out of that book. Pun intended, because, you know, Atheist Narnia.
That book is not canon in the Regdar universe just because we wrote a blog post about it.
Ooh, look who's edgy and hates Atheist Narnia.
I mean, what's his name who wrote it didn't like Atheist Narnia.
That's true.
It's like, what do you mean atheist? Like, literally, God exists in this universe. Yes, we kill him. Twice.
Honestly, I think that's a huge part of the appeal for me because, like, I've played so many JRPGs, so, like, whoa, like, finally, like, Western authors are killing God at the end of their stories.
Right, that's what you do, is you kill God.
Right. But it's a really shitty God. It's not like in Narnia where, like, the lion is Jesus and he's good.
Honestly, they kill God in that one, too, but he gets better.
I mean, happens in some other books, too.
Yeah. It's true, I hear tell.
So, yeah, that's our show. Steve, where can people find us on the internet?
LipstickGeneration.com, same as before. Also, Lipstick Generation on most other platforms except for Twitter, where we're Mr. Cool Rock and Roll. Yeah.
And, Ian, do you have anything to plug?
Oh, gosh. Not for a while. Man,
Come back. We're going to have you back on the show.
All right.
We'll Skype you in.
Okay.
You're more than welcome anytime, even if you have nothing to promote. But when you have something to promote, come back for that too.
All right.
Just come back. We like you.
I'll do it. You're so friendly. I'll do it.
Aw, shucks.
Oh.
Aw. All right, well, now we're going to listen to some Game of Thrones songs. Bye.
Peace.
Greg told me to tack all of the Game of Thrones songs at the end, so here they are.
When we last left off, who would have thought that the orphan boy with the mysterious past would be the rightful king? On our last read-through, who would have knew that the dragons would be all grown up and doing epic things with our heroes gathered round, putting all eggs in one basket, taking bets on who's the first to die. It's some guards, it's some random unnamed guards. No one who's important is at risk. Light the match, sluggishly ignite the fuse. A slow burn like that White Walker kid. Maybe Tyrion will take a treacherous bolt. The buried Sam will finally crack and turn to reach aside. And the Hound his due. Should he mess with REO? But a zombie dragon fight would rule, but his dead can never die. Maybe Ren, sitting there, looking like a younger Blofeld. There's no way Sansa makes it through this show. It's some guards, it's some random unnamed guards. No one who's important is at risk. Light the match, sluggishly ignite the fuse. A slow burn like that white
into the snow. I was told this game was fun, but there's a mandatory stealth mission. Both dragons won't be back next week though. Stand your ground. Hold the line. Stand and fight. Stand your ground. Hold the line through the night. And the crypt was a bad plan, but we're fighting to the last man. The situation's looking pretty grim. It looks like we are at a loss. Talaria kills the last boss. It was pretty sweet when she stabbed him. Stand your ground. Hold the line. Stand and fight. Stand your ground. Hold the line through the night.
No stars were harmed in the making of this film. No stars died this weekend.
Stand your ground. Hold the line. Stand and fight. Stand your ground. Hold the line through the night. Our celebration can't last too long. It's back to politics, the magic's gone. It isn't treason if it's not said. They are 1,000,000 strong. How many in this throng must end up dead? Life of honor, life of pride. Can't believe that Rhaegal died. The Queen of Dragons must rule alone. Her bastard nephew can't share the throne. No longer secret, Jon's past is known. He is the one to wear, should have the throne. There is treachery, factions divide. We weave a tangled web, loyalty swap and ebb, life-changing tide. Life of honor, life of pride. Can't believe that this Sunday died. Cersei, Dany, and Jon Snow. Only one can survive the show. Life of honor, life of pride. Can't believe that Rhaegal died. The Queen of Dragons must rule alone. Her bastard nephew spatula throne. Life of honor, life of pride. Miss Sunday could have done regicide. Cersei, Dany, and Jon Snow. Only one can survive the show. Fight, win. Everything's consumed by fire. Daenerys is burning desire. Ride, fight, win. There is burn. You're on stab. Ride, fight, swords. Come in war cry. Ride, fight, swords. Murder children. Ride. Fight, swords, burn the houses, right? Fight, swords, Drogon coming. Tyrion still save the day till Daenerys and Lil JK, right? Fight, win. The Dragon Queen unleashed the flame, she only cares about her claim, right? Fight, win. Are crushed, the Cleganes fall. Right, fight, swords, kill the prisoners. Right, fight, swords, stab the rapists. Right, fight, swords, wildfire. Right, fight, swords, Drogon coming. Right, fight, swords. Ride, fight, swords! Children burn and mothers die. Baby daddy's a bad guy. Ride, fight, win. Come on, Jon, step up your game. This dragon chick has gone insane. Ride, fight, win.
Ride, we fight, we soar. Commit war crimes, ride, we fight, we soar. Burn the city, ride, we fight, we soar. Drogon coming, ride, fight, soar.
Ride, fight, sword, coming, war cry. Ride, fight, sword, murder children. Ride, fight, sword, burn the houses. Ride, fight, sword, Drogon coming. Ride, fight, sword, kill the prisoners. Right, fight, sword,